everyone, it's Casey from the Lane Small Business Development Center. Today we're off to visit another client, and today we're going to go and visit Sierra, and she is a speech pathologist here in Eugene. And a little anecdote, I considered doing speech pathology at one point in my life, and I found it really interesting, so it ended up not being the career choice for me, but I'm excited to hear about how it is for her because I did learn quite a bit about it. I did shadow a couple speech therapists back in the day, so I do find it fascinating and I'd love to hear more about her, so let's go check it out. What does this do, Sierra, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I do a lot of massage for paresis after stroke or voice disorders. Mm-hmm. I'm stretching the larynx and increasing the range of motion muscles. And I'll have people look in different directions and do different things with their voice to stretch the internal vocal muscles.
Mm-hmm. So is this something you have to do frequently?
Yeah,
can they do it to themselves? I mean, it's sort of like I was learning about like facial yoga the other day.
Oh yeah, I know.
And
how so funny.
Yeah, and how they were talking about, we don't strengthen muscles like in our face, and so that's why I was thinking like with your neck we don't really either in there. So is it something that you're trying to strengthen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those muscles are just as important as the muscles in your body. And I will give treatment plans for daily exercise, stretches,
and they can do it at home.
And they do it at home. And I'll even teach them or spouses how to do these.
Yeah. Does it feel good?
It's really good.
Yeah. So I'm here today with Sierra, and do you have a business name or is it just your name?
It's actually Eugene Speech Language Therapy.
Okay. And is that just you, or are there other employees?
Mm-hmm. Currently, it's just me.
Okay.
For now, I just started in January, so in the future, I'd love to grow the business.
Have you always worked for you since you finished school?
No, I actually started out in skilled nursing facilities and did some work in hospitals. And then January, I decided I wanted to work for myself and have a more flexible, creative work day. And that's why I started the private practice.
So what do you do here? What is speech therapy for those that don't know?
Yeah. Thank you for asking, because it's one of my missions to educate people about what speech therapy is. It can actually help a lot of people. Overall, it's pretty much helping anyone with communication or swallowing disorders. More specifically, I help people with voice problems, cognition, like memory and problem-solving skills, speech and articulation, language, saying your words and understanding other people, swallowing, voice, and a lot of things.
Yeah.
And this is people who have had a stroke or have
I was going to ask, is it typically older people? Do you treat children at all?
I do. I focus on young children who are in the developmental stages for speech and language, because that's such an important time to develop those skills. And then I also see adults, basically teenagers on up. A lot of young kids have had concussions, and then adults who've had strokes, brain injuries, who have disease like dementia or Parkinson's disease, as well as people who are singers and have abused their voices or have had head and neck cancer treatments.
Do you like treating such a range of ages?
Yeah.
Because I imagine it's very, very different treating a small child to treating a very much older person.
There's some common aspects, but you're right, it is a lot different, and I love being able to jump around to different populations. It's a huge challenge, but that's what I love about it, is my day is never boring. I get to sit on the ground and play with kids. It's naturalistic intervention. And then help someone get back to their job, or an elderly person be able to eat food again. So yeah, it's definitely a wide variety.
So do you treat most of them here in your office?
I treat in
It's a little tiny, so
yeah, it's a small little office. Hopefully we'll be moving to a bigger office soon, because we're growing, which is awesome. But the great thing about my practice is I'm really flexible, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to work with someone's schedule. So I will see someone outside of typical business hours in their home or the office, or if they need to meet me somewhere else, I can do that.
So if someone is interested in speech therapy, thinks that they need services, what can they do? Mm-hmm. Do they just call you and how do they get started?
Yeah, well, I do have a website, eugenespeechtherapy.com, and that has general information and contact information. They can just give me a call, and I love to talk to people and answer their initial questions on the phone, and we'll set up an appointment to meet for an assessment.
Yeah, and during this assessment, what kind of things do you go over with them? Mm-hmm. I'm just imagining myself if my child needed services, or how do you know if you need it?
Yeah,
especially children.
Well, if you're concerned about something, there's a really good chance that you do need help, and a lot of people either wait it out or are too nervous to come in, or maybe in denial. It's a really good opportunity to have a conversation with a professional who's seen a lot, and you'll basically just fill out an intake form and talk with me about what the problem is, and I do standardized formal assessments that give us kind of an idea of how your child is doing or your loved one is doing compared to the general population, and we start from there. And my goals, speech therapy is all about functional well-being, so whatever the goals are to be able to live a good quality life is kind of what we focus on.
Great. Is there anything else you want to share about your business?
Yeah, I would say that my business is unique because I'm the only outpatient practice that does neuromuscular electrical stimulation for the swallow, which makes a world of difference for anyone who's had a stroke or disease that impacts their ability to eat. And also I do a lot with alternative augmentative communication, or AAC, which is a really exciting field right now with high-tech communication devices, and that helps a lot of people to be able to communicate.
Great. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Lane SBDC. You've had some services there. How's that been for you? What have you had? You've had just advising?
Yeah, just the one-on-one advising, which has been great. It gives me a feeling of support and community because I'm doing this all on my own. I just kind of naively said, I want to work for myself, and it was a lot more work than I thought. I'm really good at providing therapy, but the business side was a challenge, and it still is. But they allow me to talk to individual people about maybe marketing or financing or business plans, and answer all my specific questions, which is really helpful.
So would you recommend the Lane SBDC to other business owners?
I would.
Yeah,
you don't have to feel like you're drowning. You can be successful, and they have helped me to do that.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I just got done visiting with Sierra, and I cannot believe how beautiful this building is. It's not just her building, her office is there, but inside they have ponds and fountains, and it is so pretty and relaxing. So it's a great space for her. And I had a great time learning a little bit more about speech therapy and what she does here. So if you're interested in speech therapy, I would highly recommend her. Give her a call. She has free consultations for you. So I'll put her information here in the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.